Hi guys, welcome back. It's Amanda. If you saw my last video, I was talking about how I still need to record my weekly oracle card reading video and my monthly oracle card reading video, and I think for now what I'm going to do is the weekly reading, and then later I will do the monthly reading with my tripod and physical cards in my hands, and I'm not sure if that will go up tonight or tomorrow, but I will share it on social media whenever it's finished. For the weekly oracle card reading, I'm going to use The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid and begin a reading. I think I'm going to do a 2-card reading right now for this week. Where am I now, and what is possible next regarding the situation? And I know right now we're all kind of in limbo, wondering how long we're going to have to stay at home during this coronavirus, and wondering what it's going to be like whenever it is finally over and life gets back to normal. So I think that's kind of what I want to focus on for these 2 cards. And I know that this is just for the week, so I know this is just for the week, but maybe that's and I know that a lot of us in different states and different countries have different lengths of time that we're told that we are going to be on lockdown. But maybe I know that the coronavirus issue with being locked down is going to last longer than this week, but I think that might be what's on everyone's mind this week. So that's why I'm just going to use that as my focus for the weekly reading, and then maybe next week we can start focusing on something else for the reading next week. So the first card, Where I Am Now, the Fates. That's a really pretty card. Okay. 17, the Fates. Essential meanings: fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. And that's kind of what I thought when I just saw fates to begin with. It's pretty much out of our control right now whether we can continue life as normal or not for us. So let's read the rest of it. The Oracle's message. The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with those events and your current circumstances. Let's read that again. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. Relationship message. Other people are who they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and try not to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you accept to mold people to fit your view and how they should be, so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally for each of us is in our own journey, and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. Prosperity message. Your experiences concerning prosperity and abundance are beyond your personal control right now. You are being invited to accept what is unreservedly. This could be a temporary situation seemingly thrust upon you by outside forces, and there is an underlying purpose you can't see that has been determined by the fates. It could be a situation you are unprepared for, and you may not understand how it will benefit you in the moment. Do not fight the situation. Write it out and see where it leads. Surrender to it, and the serenity you need to make good choices from here on out will be given to you. You will indeed flourish. Okay, so I think that the message of the card in relation to everyone kind of being stuck at home on lockdown right now is that it's out of our control at this point. The only thing we can do is to do what we can to protect ourselves and our loved ones from getting this horrible illness. And sorry, I had a low battery message. The most important thing we can do is, let's plug in. Sorry, this may make my phone make some funny sounds, but I had to plug it in. It's out of our control right now. We just have to follow along and do what we need to do to keep ourselves and our loved ones safe, and wait until this is all over. And in the process, we may learn something that will help us in the future. I know that's very vague, but like the prosperity message says, I know a lot of you who are stuck at home right now are unable to work, so you're having issues, you're finding issues with being able to pay your bills and all of this stuff because you can't work right now, so you have a limited income or no income. And I think that I know that it's really hard for those of you who are experiencing this, but I think that what the card wants you to know is that during this time, you may find some other ways to start making a little bit of extra income. Maybe you've decided to start your own YouTube channel or your own business or your own at-home business. Maybe you've decided to start making things to sell. Maybe it will help you in the process of rearranging your monies, trying to figure out how to make ends meet. Maybe it will help you come up with a way for making sure you set money aside in the future when you get back to work, so that if something like this happens again, you can find a way to build a reserve so that you can live off of during the interim in the future. I know it's really hard right now, but maybe it will help you find some ways for it to be easier in the future. Maybe the relationship message, maybe during this time when you can't get out to see your loved ones, this may cause some issues in your relationship with friends or family or significant others. And if that happens, maybe it's time to realize that this isn't the right relationship for you to have at this time. Maybe it's time to let that go and learn to go inwards and love yourself and figure out what it is that you're looking for in that friendship or relationship or significant other in the future. I'm going to go ahead and now see what the other card says. The card for what is possible next regarding this situation. And we have number 19, flexible. And that's kind of what I was saying whenever I was talking about maybe this will give you an opportunity to start a new business, start a YouTube channel, start making something to sell, maybe this will give you an idea of how to put some money back in the future when you get back to work. All of that stuff is flexibility. Staying at home and not being able to get out and work, or not being able to get out and do the things you love, is going to help you find other things that you enjoy to do. Maybe you used to like to play video games or read or play board games with your family, and you haven't been doing that. Maybe this time is giving you an opportunity to rediscover those old interests. All of that is some kind of flexibility that you have to have during this time. I will read what the card says. I really like this card. It's really pretty. Okay, essential meaning. Teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. The Oracle's message. A tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane. Whereas a rigid structure, like a building, would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now. Willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. Relationship message. In every relationship, it's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right all the time, do you? It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. The appearance of this card in a reading could also signal that you have met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of partner is right for you. Be flexible. You'll be happy you made this choice. Prosperity message. Even when you have a clear vision of how you're going to manifest something, what it will look like, who will share in it, and what will be available to you, and what will then be available to you, you still need to relax and open up to other possibilities. Spirit may have much better plans for you. It could be a job you hadn't thought of, a new source of money, or some other opportunity that eluded your imagination. Be flexible and remind yourself, this or something better manifests for me now. Then be willing to bend a little. Enjoy the miraculous results. Okay, so these are some of the messages that I was already saying. So I think that that's perfect that this comes up for what you can do next. Be flexible, be open to trying things a different way. I like how the Oracle's message says common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. You have to listen to what you're being told about staying in, because while you're healthy, and you may not get the coronavirus, others around you, if you go out and catch it from someone, you could carry it to one of your friends or family members or loved ones who is immunocompromised. You may carry it to them and they may get really sick from it. So you have to have common sense, and be a little bit more flexible in, if you want to do something but you know it's not right, maybe just wait a little while. The relationship message, I think that this is a perfect follow-up to the message from the last card. If this distance between your loved ones, your friends, or your significant other or something, if that does cause a problem and you realize it's time to end that relationship, don't be worried, because once you realize that and what you want, like this card says, you may meet someone in the future that's going to be better for you, even if it's someone that you didn't expect. Maybe that's what you need. Instead of thinking you know what you need, maybe the universe knows more what you need. Your spirit guides will guide you to that special person. And that could be a friend or a family member. And that could be a friend or a significant other. So don't, I know that in the close of every relationship, in the close of everything, in the end of everything, there is sadness. But don't worry. It's okay to move on. It's okay to let that go. And then trust that your spirit guides will bring you to someone better in the future. And then the prosperity message is kind of a good follow-up from the last card as well. Even if you're missing out from your job right now, even if you know that's what you're destined to do, but you can't work right now, if you relax and open up to possibilities, different possibilities than what you had thought of before, you may be able to find something else that helps you get through this time by creating something like I personally, the past year or so, I've started making fluid art, and I do eventually want to sell my art. I'm getting closer. I'm starting to get the urge to start advertising some of my art for sale. Maybe you want to learn how to knit or crochet or fluid art, abstract art, traditional brush style art. Maybe you want to make jewelry or I don't know, anything. Maybe you're getting the opportunity. Maybe you keep seeing someone advertise their at-home business over and over and over, and maybe you have always thought that that wasn't right for you, but maybe this time while you're stuck at home, maybe that is what's right for you right now. And maybe if you try it out, maybe in the future that will lead you farther than you had ever imagined. I don't know. Just different kinds of things that you can find to do while you're at home to help grow an income. It may be something that you hadn't thought of before until now you're stuck at home and you have to find another way to pay your bills. So I think that these cards pair very well together, and I think that the message pairs very well together. And I think that that's a good message to think of over the next week while we are struggling with trying to figure out what to do right now while everyone is stuck at home. And for those of you who are still able to work, you are luckier than you realize, because there are so many people right now that aren't allowed to go to work, so they're not getting what they need. I hope that everything is over soon. I hope that everyone is able. I hope that everything is over soon, and I hope that everyone is able to remain healthy, remain calm, remain sane, and I hope that everyone is able to get their life back to normal soon. And I'm just going to do one last look at these cards for just a second so that you can look at how beautiful the artwork is on these cards as well. And I hope that everyone, like I said, I hope that you're able to stay healthy, stay calm, stay sane, stay safe. And I thank you as always for watching. And please like and subscribe my videos. That helps me out. And please like and subscribe to my videos. That helps me out more than you know. And have a blessed day. Bye.